What's up, guys? Welcome to the new video, and it's going to be on my Thorn and Liberty build, Great Sword Crossbow. This is the build that I personally enjoy using in this game. Not a lot of people use it, so there's not a lot of builds for it, and that's what I'm here for. I'm going to show you guys what I do and what I build and what my path is I'm going down, because there's two different ways you can play this build. Okay, so we are on the character selection screen, and let's just get right into this. So my build I'm going for is a endurance tanker, like DPS tank build, just to be able to tank damage on top of dealing great amount of damage. With crossbows and great swords, you can do that. It's pretty easy to do it. So as right now, you can see I have Shock Commander, which are two great pieces. The reason I went with the chest piece because of the 6 strength and 10 damage reduction. The main goal for this build is to get to 50 strength, 50 perception, and 40 dex. If you wanted to do a lot more DPS, you would switch the strength for more dex. But again, I'm trying to do a more survival build that can tank a lot of damage while I push the backlines, which it does amazing at. I went with the Shock Commander gloves because Shock Commander gloves give an additional attack speed and range, which the crossbows do lack, is the attack range. So that's why I went with those. So I do need the Field General helmet, which I already have one. So once I get the Field General helmet, that's going to give me more heavy attack chance. Heavy attack chance, I feel like, is much better than bonus damage. The bonus damage is good, but the heavy attack chance proccing is just, it's going to do more damage than any bonus damage. But I guess bonus damage is a lot more consistent. So still haven't got that helmet. But I went with these boots because of the movement speed and the 6 strength. That's pretty much it. This helmet's fine for now, to be honest. Gives me hit. It's a totally great helmet. So then I went with the Phantom Whip breeches. These are great pants because they give perception. The only negative is they do give magic evasion, which is kind of useless. But oh well, not much I can do for that. But it has 10 damage reduction as well, so it gives a lot of damage reduction. The Serene Devotion is a good one. If you're not running Greatsword. If you weren't running Greatsword, I would say it's terrible, but since you're running Greatsword, there is no mana problem with this build. You will never run out of mana if you're running Victor Morale. Anyways, I want to get the Forsaken Cape because it's going to give more life and more damage reduction. Just haven't gotten yet. So once I get the Forsaken Cape, this will change. Next is the Bracer of the Primal King. Gives 6 perception plus the bonus damage of 13%. Obviously super strong, super good. I think almost every build should use this. Super easy to get to. I went with the Elasmid Band. This one's really good as well. Gives you more attack speed, stun chance, which you need stun chance, and more strength. This one is optional. You don't have to run the Sapphire ring. You could run the Amber one instead, or another ring. The reason I went with this one as well, it's not done yet, but it's almost done, is the attack range gives me 6 more percent plus the 4 perception. The wisdom's kind of useless, but oh well. You can get to 50-50 with either ring. It's up to you. I went with stun chance with this one because I want my stun chance to be slightly higher than normal, so I can get my stuns to proc more often. Then I went with this one isn't permanent, but I am going to go the Conqueror of Clash, I believe. It's the orange one that you can only get from the tokens, the Abyssal token, because it's going to get me to 50-50 on perception and strength, which is all I really need. Oh, almost get me to 50-50. So this piece right here, still haven't gotten it, so my build's obviously not complete yet still. The next piece is the Butcher Belt. Again, I'm going with the Butcher Belt because it gives more max life, gives me more damage reduction. Again, this goal of this build is to be tanky and strong at the same time. If you look at the numbers, the hit chance is low right now, but it will go up once I get the other pieces. So that's the only problem right now, is that since my build's not fully done, it's not going to have the health / damage reduction and the hit chances. It will have over 1,000 hit chance once I'm done with it. It's just, as of right now, I don't. So I have 65 damage reduction right now, which is really good. 55 bonus damage, 309 bonus skill damage boost. Buff duration is up to 35%, which is really good. I don't really think you need more than that, but it's up to you. Debuff is at 16. My range endurance is at 800, and my melee endurance is at 680. I believe once I get the other pieces, my magic endurance will go down, but these two will go up. So again, pretty fine, pretty good overall. the reason why I went with range is because in wars you're mostly dying to flash waves or arrows and archers. I'm not really dying to melee that often, or magic occasionally. Most of the time I die to range. So that's what I'm more catering this build to, is to jump into the back lines, kill those ranged DPS. Probably will tank that damage, but we'll be fine. But again, I want to get that extra attack range as well, because I will make Whirlwind also have a longer range as well. That's the goal. I will have a heavy, once I get to 50, I'll have another 100 heavy attack chance, which will be nice. And I believe the attack speed's at 25%. Cooldown, I think, is at 17%, which is good, but again, it could be higher. This will probably be at like 17,000 once my build's complete. If you want to run resistances, you totally can by adding binds. You don't need to run, if you don't want to run what's the word I'm looking for, if you don't want to run debuff, or if you don't want to run like any resistances, you can run other resistances as well. Totally up to you. That's just all up to you right there. Now let's look at our our main weapons. Obviously should be the Rex crossbows. Obviously that's the only choice, to be honest. This is the best crossbows in the game. If you don't want to run the Duke Magra Fury Warblade, I would say run the Junabugs or Junabor's Greatsword. That one gives you much better hit chance on top of being really strong. That we're not looking at any abyssal world boss drops. We're only looking at world boss drops. A Dentist Greatsword will be god, or the Juggerballer's Greatsword will be strong as well. Both will be strong for you. Doesn't really matter. Pick one. Or you can run Duke Magma's. Honestly, a great sword. Yes, it's not a world boss drop, but it is a strong greatsword for a long period of time. World boss drops, don't expect them, pretty much. Let's go to skills. As my skills right now, I'm mostly trying to focus on my crossbow skills until they're done. So what I run for war is much different than my 1v1s. I run Explosive Mine. I think Explosive Mine with the Shock Bomb is really strong. You can pair it up pretty well and cause more stuns. Even in 1v1s, it's strong. I run Guillotine Blade. I don't run the charge one because I feel like in wars, I don't even get to survive as long to get that off. Unless I get heals. Stunning Blow, obviously, you should run into Stunning Slash. You could change out a Stunning Slash if you want for, like, Giga Smash with the Ice mode. That specialist, that one's fine. I wouldn't really change anything else. You could put Multi-Shot on if you wanted. I just feel like Multi-Shot's pretty weak, so that's why I don't run it. I think it's a very weak skill. Obviously, you want to run Mother's Nurture Protest. Obviously, you want to run Selfless Diffusion. Obviously, you want to run Devastating Smash, Nimble Leap, Rapid Quick Fire, and Annihilating Barrage Shot, and Da Vinci Courage. You want to proc this before you go in. I have it so I have less or have more damage reduction on, plus instant healing, plus having a better chance of healing and just all that. It's pretty good to have before you go into initiate, because it will make you a little bit tankier. And then obviously Mortal Mark. Mortal Mark is strong. You could do the specialist if you want to have it bounce off people. Totally fine. You should run Cold Warrior, because if you stun anyone, that will raise your hit chance and all your attack chance and heavy chance. Bloodlust is a must. Obviously you need to run Dexterity as well, because it will increase your offhand damage and just chance. And Nature's Power, because that will give more bonus damage when you do the leap of Devastating Smash. You need to run Raging Frenzy for war, specifically, because it will increase your skill damage boost by quite a bit. Robust Combustion needs to be a must. Vital Force is a must, and Victor Morale is a must. For this build specifically, because you will be practically unkillable when using your Whirlwind, unless they, like, stun you. So my 1v1s, on the other hand, is a little different. I still run Explosive Mine with Shock Bomb. I still run, I run Charge Damage instead this time. I run damage increased and effect duration increased, because you want them. The goal of this build is to make them stop playing. You want to run Ascending Slash as well with effect duration increased. Obviously, lightning is a must for this. You shouldn't be running anything but lightning for Mother's Nurture Protest. You want to have remove CC. You want Devastating Smash as well. Nimble Leap should have immunity, cooldown resistance, and consecutive use on war or 1v1s. Quickfire should probably also have Gale increase. You could take Gale off if you don't want Gale and put it onto ascending or devastating smash, so you can increase the chances that stun proccing. And obviously Annihilated Barrage is a must, even in a 1v1. And I have Precision Dash on with the bind effect because that will bind them. And then Mortal Mark. So my 1v1 is slightly different. I do have Eagle Vision on, depending on who I'm fighting. Sometimes I'll take this off and put on Piercing Strike, but you don't need any of these ones on. These are pretty mid. So I'll switch the Precise Strike or Piercing Strike out with the Eagle's Vision, and then that's pretty much everything else. Pretty the same. But again, the goal of this build is to close the gap as well. So you want to close it. You want to smash. You can stun them here, throw a mine down while they're stunned. They can't move. Ableist will blow up. They'll stun again, Mortal Mark, finish it out with your crossbows. Or you can initiate with the crossbows. That's the goal of this build. I always keep the crossbows out for this. I do not run with the greatsword out at all. This build, I specifically only use crossbows. So the goal is to pretty much make it so the person cannot play. You got to be careful with Talus Staffs or their CC break. One thing you can do is you could start the fight with this using your quick fires, your nibble leaps, but you got to be careful with that because if you're fighting a crossbow dagger, they might try to stun you beforehand, so just be careful. Or crossbow greatsword. Crossbow greatsword is a very hard build to beat with this one, but it is very much doable, and the only build I can't beat at all is a tank build. Shield and sword, greatsword, shield sword, wand, shield and sword. The problem is that most shield and swords build specific counters for war against this specific build. Not this build specifically, but like the damage reductions. And yeah. So like you again run into it with precision smash, put that down, throw this down, throw your mine down before it died. The mine will blow up once they get up because you knock them down. You smash them. You just put the mine down really quick, smash, boom, smash, stun again, do all your shit, stun again. Pretty much your goal is to stop them playing. You have 3 stuns and a prone and a bind. So your goal is to make them not play. So yeah, that's the whole video, guys. I can't really have anything else to really say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys liked it.